Hello everyone. First of all, we will explain some terms that will be used in these classes. The first term is essence or consciousness. We are born with our own individual consciousness. This is an aspect of our psychology that can be seen clearly in babies and young children. A baby is conscious, tender, sweet and beautiful. In these classes, we call this aspect the essence or consciousness. Sometimes we also call it the conscience. The conscience is visible very clearly in the newborn baby. Here's an example. The consciousness is not the physical body, it shines through the eyes. This consciousness is also known as soul, or buddhata, little soul, because it is in embryonic state at the moment. It's very small. The consciousness has innate qualities such as creativity, intelligence, perception, comprehension, initiative, intuition, etc. Anyone can develop this consciousness, this essence. Let's have a look now at what happens to the essence for us when we are born. This is the line of life here, birth to death. When we are born, the essence is clearly visible, as we saw in those photos, and it can develop spontaneously or naturally by itself only for the first 3 or 4 years. After that time, the essence is only really seen sporadically. It's dominated, if you like, or subjugated by other aspects of our psychology, and in a typical life, we may not even perceive much of the essence at all, except in situations where we have a shock or we hear some very surprising news, or we have a near miss or something like that. Then the essence is visible for that moment. Now we move on to the development of the personality. The personality is an energetic structure that starts developing in our psychology early on in childhood and can be said to be fixed round about the age of 7. But it continues developing and strengthening through life's experiences up until the age of 21 or so. And after then, we have that personality to use till the rest of our lives. Our personalities are developed in accordance with the life that we're born into, the society in which we're born into. We learn through the examples and experiences in our daily lives, in the home, from our parents, from our siblings. We learn from school. We learn everything about how to react and interact in everyday society. The development of the personality is essential in order that we function and relate to the outside world, earn our living, know how to survive, and so on. Here we have a picture of a young lad wearing glasses and a large nose. He's already imitating his elders. In fact, the word personality comes from the Latin word persona, which means mask. Now let's look at the third aspect of our psychology, that which we call ego. The ego is a set of reactions that we have to events from the external world. It starts manifesting as the personality develops. You can see this very clearly in children. We know the terrible 2s or the troublesome 3s. Here's a picture of a girl, for example. Look at the expression on her face. She's either been told to do something that she doesn't want to do, her mother has asked her maybe not to do something, and so she's got a sulky face. And you can see this in the way she's holding her facial expression, the way she's closing her arms. Undoubtedly, she's got some strong emotions going on there, and surely she's thinking in those terms, I'm not doing that. What do you mean by telling me I have to do that? Or maybe she wants something that she can't have, and so she's in a sulk. Now you can see why the essence is so quiet, because it's dominated by the ego using the personality. These two aspects of our psychology dominate the essence, which is quietly forgotten about. But yet, the essence is at the back, underneath, but it cannot express itself. If we want to develop the essence, something special must happen. We must provoke that development. It takes a conscious action from us to provoke the development of the essence.